Okay, just wait here. Okay, Sarge. Our baker there comes out in the alley for a smoke, sees the car, wanders down to check it out, finds the body. He's been garroted. That takes strength and it's pretty up close and personal.
Killer must have been waiting for him when he got in the car.
Looks like there was a bunch of flowers here, Sarge. Whoever it was must have taken them. Nature lover.
A business card. Kel Shepperton, Pittman and Associates. Could have been a sales rep. Any sign of a briefcase?
Not so far. Uniforms are searching now. Bins, alleyway, street. Check the boot. Empty. Clean as a whistle. This guy even polishes his spare tyre.
Stanley. Morning, girls. Nice early one. Good buns. Paid for it. They do our price on yesterday's. What have we got? Opportunistic robbery?
No, we don't think so.
Looks like your Vic didn't expect to be here along the way he parked. Might have left it unlocked. Open invitation.
A thief could have grabbed what he wanted and been gone. We think that the attacker was inside the car when he got in the back seat.
Sit up suddenly, wire around the neck, end of story.
Nasty.
Crime scene haven't swept the vehicle yet, sir.
I haven't touched anything.
Matt, if they were flowers in the car, they might have been bought nearby. Go check with uniforms, get them to look for a florist.
Sarge.
Uniforms picked up a name and address from the rego.
Sarge, car is registered to a Kel Shepperton.
Snap. Go find out what Pittman and Associates do. You and Jennifer talk to his employer. Matt and I will go and talk to the family. Let's go. Mrs. Shepperton.
Yes?
I'm Detective Senior Sergeant Wolf. This is Detective Senior Constable Ryan. Could we come in, please?
What is it? What's happening?
Kel Shepperton's been murdered. Are you serious?
Yeah, he was killed sometime last night. I'm very sorry.
Thanks for coming in so quickly, Mr. Pittman. Have a seat. So you employed Kel Shepperton?
Yes, I employ 13 people on a freelance basis.
Doing what?
Security clearances vetting,
Which involves?
qualification verification, in-depth background check on people usually undertaken at the employer's request.
Sounds like specialised work.
Yeah, it is. Most of the people I employ tend to be ex-police personnel, ex-insurance investigators, that kind of experience.
I've been up all night waiting for him to come in, ready to give him a serve. I can't believe it. I can't believe he's dead.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Shepperton. Can you think of anyone who may have borne your husband a grudge?
No.
Something to do with work, perhaps?
I don't know. He always said it could be dangerous.
Dangerous how?
You know, dig around in people's past. They're not exactly appreciative. Getting accosted in the street, death threats.
Did anything like that happen to Mr. Shepperton?
Not that I know of. Kel's very meticulous, very focused.
Did he mention who he was vetting at the moment?
No, Kel said it was confidential. It was his one joke. If I tell you, I'll have to kill you.
People can lose their jobs, get deported, businesses delicensed. Look, some of the stuff that we turn up is absolute dynamite. I tell my vetters never to give out personal information for this exact reason. And they become the targets. Shoot the messenger.
What did you know about Kel Shepperton personally?
Straight up and down bloke. Married with a couple of grown-up kids.
Happy marriage?
I have to call the kids. They're both overseas.
Mrs. Shepperton, would you have any idea why your husband was in West Melbourne last night?
No.
Oh, I don't know. He hasn't been interviewing in that area.
Interviewing?
Yeah, he's in the middle of an assignment, vetting some staff at for an organisation.
What organisation, Mr. Pittman?
Well, like I said, it's confidential, but what I can tell you, it wasn't in that area.
It was my birthday yesterday. We were supposed to have dinner with my sister and her husband, but Kel didn't turn up.
Did you try to contact him?
Yes, but I just got his message thing. I came home about 10:30. Fell asleep eventually. Well, Kel had often worked really late. Usually in his office, though, in there.
Look, all my people work from home. I pay them an allowance to set up a secure space.
Do you mind if we had a look in there?
I don't know.
Look, I'd like to be more helpful, but like I told you, our business is by necessity confidential. And it's okay if I take this. Jackson Pippin.
Oh, Jackson.
Oh, Elaine, I'm so sorry about the news. I just heard. I'm with the police now.
I still can't take it in. They want access to his office and I don't know what to do.
Oh, it's all right. Calm down, Elaine. I'll get over them when I can. Just tell them I'll have to wait.
I do owe you an apology.
What about?
Well, Terry Jarvis hasn't spoken to you?
No.
Oh, well, I tried to access my files on your office computer. I know you said to call you first, but I thought it would be better for everyone if I just did it on my own.
What's Terry Jarvis got to do in it?
Well, he found me before I got to do anything. Do you think he's told the OPS?
No. No, it's in his interest to see you back there ASAP. The paperwork's driving him mad. So the corruption charges, the OPS haven't given you any more specifics?
Still waiting.
Hang in there, Bernice. You're not alone on this, you know.
I appreciate you telling me that, Stanley, but the reality is I am on my own. I don't see how I can come back from this. Mud sticks.
You're not thinking of resigning.
I wouldn't give those bastards at the OPS the satisfaction.
Good on you.
I have had another calling card.
Have you shown the OPS?
There's no point. I'm going to get to the bottom of this myself. Thanks.
Kel Shepparton was vetting upper-level foreign staff at a major private hospital, Tesla Fields.
Quacks.
We are talking one of the state's biggest private healthcare and research facilities.
Do we know why they were only looking at foreign staff?
Not yet. The hospital's being very cagey.
Who have you spoken to?
The Chief Administrative Officer, Roger Gabriel. Chief of Spin, more like. He called us.
I'll bet he did. What else we doing?
We've established that the victim detoured on his way home from the hospital. He was in West Melbourne to buy flowers for his wife.
Uniforms flashed a photograph to a local florist, got a positive ID.
Currently, they're door knocking around the area where the body was discovered, see who else saw anything.
We're also door knocking around the victim's house, sir.
Why?
We believe whoever killed Mr. Shepparton took his laptop and other work-related material. They also took his keys. Looks like they went over and cleaned out his home office.
Mr. Pittman kindly granted us access.
In his presence, of course.
It was secure, all right. Locks, bolts, window bars, the works. And it was clear that they took anything that looked even remotely important.
The driveway's pretty secluded. You could park a car in there and load stuff into it.
Fair enough.
The wife said she didn't hear anything, but she was out at dinner for most of the night.
Trace prints at the house?
No, nothing.
Any suspects?
Too early at this stage.
What about the wife? Too obvious.
Mrs. Shepparton was pretty shocked to hear he was dead. Biggest issue in their marriage seemed to be overwork.
We'll be talking to the hospital administration, see who's being vetted.
And why? These medicos are always covering their asses.
Oh, excuse me? Excuse me, have you got my information yet?
Yeah, I got it right here.
I've been waiting over an hour.
Yeah, and I've been delayed, okay? I'm sorry.
This is important.
Yeah, well, I'm looking. Date?
The 19th. I think you'll find that's within living memory.
Love, got any idea how many parcels we deliver every month?
No, but I'm assuming you do. I'm also assuming you know where the consignments go and where they've come from. Otherwise, you'd be out of business, wouldn't you?
Ah, here we go. Pickup address was a house in Carlton. Delivery address was...
I know where it was delivered to. Who was the sender?
Let's see. A Mr. Clowen.
Right. Great. Clown. I'll need you to write down that address. Please.
Look, I commissioned this review at the instructions of the board, but it's highly confidential.
What are you being so secretive about, Mr. Gabriel?
Does the hospital have some major concerns about particular staff members?
It was an accreditation check, that's all. All foreign staff, 22 employees. He only had a few to go, and so far, no discrepancies. A lot of hospitals are reviewing accreditations now.
Why?
After the doctor death scandal in Queensland, we need to be seen as on top of any potential problems. Our investigation is comprehensive across their entire work history.
Oh, so it wasn't just their accreditations you were looking at then, it was more than that.
Mr. Gabriel, a man has been murdered. Now, the sooner our investigation is concluded, the less chance the media have of getting hold of the story.
All right, I'll get you some names. In the meantime, perhaps you should speak to Todd Maguire, the head of surgery. One of his staff resigned abruptly. That could have something to do with Kel Shepperton.
Aban Nazir, yes. He was being vetted. He left in a hurry.
He'd been prevaricating about fronting up with his documentation.
These vetting people require a lot of paperwork, originals where necessary.
And Dr. Nazir wasn't delivering?
No. So I spoke to Roger and we applied pressure.
At which point Dr. Nazir resigned abruptly.
So it is possible that his accreditation was suspect?
That's speculation. This hospital has a world-class reputation.
And a shortage of good doctors. Put that on your list.
Deborah van der Lind, one of my surgeons. These are police, Deborah.
What? First we have that Shepperton man asking all his questions, now the police.
Mr. Shepperton's been killed last night.
And you're asking questions here. Why? You think one of us is involved?
We think it's possible, yes.
It's nonsense.
Dr. van der Lind.
What, Roger? We are suspecting his death now because he was investigating us.
I haven't divulged any information yet about who remained to be looked at.
So tell them. I was. And Dr. Lem.
For goodness sake.
What? I have nothing to hide. And now I have an emergency surgery. As far as I was concerned, Shepperton could have asked me whatever he liked. I can't speak for Dr. Lem. Dominic Lem, surgeon. He was on Roger's hit list too.
Naming offensive, Deborah.
I'm telling the truth. We were your targets. Shepperton was loading the gun. Except now it looks like it blew up in his face, doesn't it?
Deborah can be a bit outspoken.
Yeah. We'll look forward to speaking to her some more when she's finished in theatre. We'll also want to speak to Dominic Lem.
All right, I'll have him call you. Set it up.
In the meantime, perhaps Dr. Nazir will be outspoken too.
Was it really necessary to come to my place of work? Surely this could have waited.
No, Dr. Nazir, it couldn't.
Do you know Mr. Kel Shepperton?
Yes, from Tesla Field. That's where I used to work. Mr. Shepperton was there to check credentials, senior foreign staff.
Yours?
Senior foreign staff.
Including you?
Yes, why are you asking me this?
Mr. Shepperton has been murdered.
What?
We think it had something to do with the job that he was doing at Tesla Fields.
So we need a rundown of your movements from late afternoon yesterday through to the early hours of this morning.
Sir.
I was at the dental clinic until 7 o'clock. Ask them.
Then what? After work?
I went home, ate dinner, went to bed.
Anyone with you?
No, I live alone. And I have no reason to hurt Mr. Shepperton.
No?
No.
We've been told that you didn't give him the paperwork he requested. Something to hide?
But I sent my papers to him. Late perhaps, but I sent them.
Why late?
Because I was busy. It's a busy hospital. I was there to help people, not mess about with bloody paperwork.
Why did Roger Gabriel have to pressure you to send your papers in?
What?
Wasn't that what happened?
Yes, but I told Roger I'd already sent the papers. Birth and marriage certificates, academic qualifications, citizenship, employment, addresses for the past.
Okay, so why resign?
My resignation had nothing to do with that.
So what was it to do with?
I was forced out because I refused to keep my mouth shut.
About what?
Dangerous surgical practices, pushing the envelope. I told Professor Maguire that, but
what happened?
He shut me down. Told me to be quiet, do my job, so I did that. Then we lost a patient, a young boy. He died on the table while she was playing God, pushing the envelope.
She?
Deborah van der Lind. Who's to say there aren't more cases of her arrogance back in South Africa?
Do you have any evidence of that?
No. But I can tell you this. Her career is all she cares about, and she would do anything to protect it.
Including killing Kel Shepperton?
Anything.
Bernice Waverley, I must now inform you that you are being charged with corruption, the acceptance of bribes, the use of your position as a superintendent of Victoria State Police for personal financial gain. These are no longer just allegations as far as the OPS is concerned. These are established facts supported by evidence.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Look, I'm trying to trace the sender of a parcel. It was dispatched to me from this address on the 19th.
Sorry, no.
No, listen, I was given this address by the courier company.
Can't help you.
Please?
Hey, let go of me. They're mistaken. There was no one here at that time. We're overseas on holiday.
The house was empty.
Yes, have been for over a month. If you'll excuse me.
Well, was there anyone here watering the plants or feeding the pets?
We don't have any pets.
please. Look, this is very important. I need to talk to you. Please, I need to talk to you.
Piss off or I'll call the police.
Early shift. Catch you later, Dunny.
We're off. Will you stay on immigration, see what you can find out about our doctors?
Wheels of bureaucracy, Matt.
Might draw some petty cash and buy some oil.
I'll see what I can do.
Morning, gentlemen. Progress?
Just off the Tesla field, sir. Rattle some cages.
Is that right? You two? I got a degree in cage rattling. I might just tag along, do an evaluation.
We just had some further questions, Mr. Gabriel. We didn't expect a board meeting.
There are 19 people on the board, Detective. This is the surgical subcommittee. And Doctors Lem and Vanderlind, who are being vetted by Mr. Shepperton.
Dr. Lem, Dr. Vanderlind.
And you are?
Jarvis, superintendent.
This whole thing is a waste of time.
We'll see, won't we? Rattle away.
Dr. Vanderlind. Quite apart from Mr. Shepperton's investigation, we believe that there was recently an internal inquiry regarding complaints about one of your surgeries.
Deborah was exonerated.
What were the circumstances of the boy's death?
It was a complex procedure.
Standard, but complex.
It was hardly standard, Roger.
How would you describe it?
It was absolute cutting edge, and it was the boy's only hope.
But he died anyway.
It was worth a try.
What the boy's parents think about that?
All surgery involves risks. It was an unfortunate outcome, that's all.
Not according to Aban Nazir.
Nazir's an anaesthetist, not a surgeon.
Meaning?
It's not his field.
He was angry about Deborah's work on deep brain stimulations, implants, also experimental.
How experimental? Any other fatalities?
Not recently. One, tragically, a year ago.
What about previously in South Africa?
What are you suggesting?
Answer the question.
I don't even know what his question is.
I'm suggesting that if there had been earlier fatalities in experimental situations and Mr. Shepperton had found out, well, that could be very damaging.
You're suggesting I killed him.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Is that right?
Deborah.
Now, Todd, if they have accusations to make, let's hear them. You can make them against him, too. He's probably lost more patients than I ever have.
That's true. But then when you work in war zones like Bosnia, that happens. Serbs, Croats, Muslims, Christians, they all have the same colored blood. Some I save, some I can't.
How unusual. A doctor admitting they're not a god.
Well, I don't need people to be amazed at how clever I am. It's just what I do.
Legally? In Australia?
Yes. I gave Mr. Shepperton my papers. I cooperated fully with him. If you want to talk to me more, it will have to wait.
Dominic.
Yeah. Really likes you, doesn't he?
Dominic is old school. He's jealous of my work.
That boy's death wasn't even part of Shepperton's brief.
Maybe it should have been.
No, it was an isolated incident. That's all.
An incident?
People sometimes die in hospitals. It happens. It's a fact of life.
Death is a fact of life?
Yeah, I don't imagine they feature that motto on their letterhead.
All right, how'd you go with Jarvis?
Kind of like taking barbed wire to a knitting class.
We're trying to open them up. He's getting their backs up, and they're not exactly a lovable lot anyway. Bedside manners of piranhas.
They're surgeons. They don't have any interest in bedside manner. What else have we got?
Well, they're good with knives. They're busy sticking them in each other's backs.
I spoke to the mother of the dead boy. She and her husband demanded the inquiry into Vanderlind, but only after they got a call from someone telling them the operation was questionable.
Right, who made that call?
It was anonymous, but they said at first they thought it was one of those unsolicited calls from a Indian call centre.
Aban Nazir.
Yeah, it seems likely.
Okay, I phoned those people. I'm not ashamed of it.
You're making trouble.
I was trying to expose a wrong.
And your papers, you didn't hand them in, did you?
I mailed them.
Mailed them? Why? Kel Shepperton was there in the hospital talking to people. Why wouldn't you just hand him the papers?
I don't know. It was more convenient to mail them.
The specific instructions were not to mail documents, but to present them in person. Isn't that right?
I don't remember.
Oh, come on. Yes, you do. Now, you could have sent them registered post. Kept the receipt to prove they'd been sent, but you didn't do that either, did you?
You didn't present your documents at all, did you, Dr. Nazir?
All right. I'm a perfectly capable anesthesiologist.
But?
But I'm only accredited in Pakistan, not here.
So you falsified your documents?
My accreditation was fast-tracked in Queensland. I came down here as soon as I could. Tesla Fields accepted my Queensland document.
And they're about to find you out.
I suppose.
Is that why you killed Kel Shepperton?
No!
Is that why you stole the documents?
I didn't kill him, I swear! Look, this is my wife, my daughter. I work hard to bring them here for a better life.
If Shepperton exposed the fraud, that would send you home, wouldn't it?
Dr. Nazir, did you kill Mr. Shepperton to stay in the country?
No! Why would I jeopardize my family's future? All those years of work. I haven't hurt anyone.
On a cage-rattling scale, low sixes.
We're pushing him, sir.
Push him harder.
Sometimes, you know, they're telling the truth.
Yeah, and when the truth reveals that they're a fraud, you can afford to show him a lot less respect.
With respect to you, sir, we might have a lot better shot at doing that if you'd let us do our job.
Balls, good balls. Now go and show them to some of these medical turkeys and bring me back a head in a platter. Preferably surgically removed, eh?
He doesn't let up, does he?
I don't know what it's about. He's treating us like it's our first day out of the academy.
You think it's a push from upstairs?
We would have got grief from Wolfie if that was the case. No, I think this is Superintendent Jarvis's homegrown management technique.
See how far he can push before he gets bitten.
Something like that. Well, I'd better keep going before he comes back and gives us detention.
I think you might have scared him off, showing him your balls like that.
These three were the only doctors Kel Shepperton was still investigating. We need to follow up on all three of them, away from the hospital and away from each other.
And away from Terry Jarvis.
It might be an idea to talk to Elaine Shepperton again, too. If she's up to it, she might be able to throw some light on why her husband would be a target for murder.
I'm trying to arrange flights for the kids. I haven't been able to contact my daughter yet. Abby's on a trek, Nepal.
Sounds intrepid. Did you get that from you or her dad?
Oh, me, I guess. Kel liked routine, being home. His world was his work, his kids, and me.
In that order?
No, I just mean that for Kel, that was enough. He didn't have many friends.
Or enemies? Sorry, but we need to know more about your husband if we're going to find out who did this.
Well, he was just Kel, retired insurance agent. He took the vetting job because he'd go mad just pottering around. There's nothing else.
No reason at all for someone to do this to him.
I guess he could rub people the wrong way. He liked to be very exact. The kids called him anal.
A perfectionist.
Who didn't hold back from telling people when he found them flawed. But you don't kill someone just because they're irritating, do you?
You'd be surprised.
Hello? Yes. Would you mind holding a moment? It's the airline. Sorry. I have to take this.
Oh, we'll show ourselves out. Thank you, Mr. Shepperton.
You got my message? Then you know we need to talk. I know what you did.
I have been a citizen for 4 years. In Australia, 7.
How about the hospital?
3 years. Is this going to take long? I have a very big list this afternoon.
We'll make it as quick as possible.
You were being vetted by Kel Shepperton.
Yes, I told your colleagues that. He was an unpleasant man, officious, enjoyed his work too much. Digging into private lives.
You didn't like him?
Not really, no.
He was okay. He had a job to do. My question was, why did he have to do it in the first place?
Meaning?
I work in that hospital for 5 years. Still they investigate me? I've done nothing wrong. Do they investigate Todd Maguire? No. His family comes originally from Scotland, but they don't vet him.
Probably because he was born here, studied here.
Where did you study, Dr. Lamb?
Krakow, my friend.
Johannesburg, and I gave all of the required documentation to Mr. Shepperton.
Did you also make him aware of the complaints against you?
We've already dealt with this.
Humour us.
Nazir is an anesthesiologist. Deep brain implants don't require general anesthetic. They require fully active brain. You work it out.
Where were you the night before last?
I was with Professor Maguire until about 2 in the morning. Reviewing cases at the hospital. You have a full operating list. You make time for other work where you can.
It's a cycle. Work, eat, sleep, work. And after work, I was at home, in bed.
Alone?
Yes. My wife died years ago in Bosnia. She was a nurse.
And then you came out here?
Yes. To continue as a doctor. That's all I have. It's all I want to do.
Superintendent Jarvis seems to be taking special interest in this case. A little more than we're used to.
It's his job to monitor progress.
I don't mean to be rude, Sarge, but how long is he going to be with us?
Depends how long it takes Superintendent Waverley to clear her name.
I think it's shocking what the OPS are putting her through. There must be something we can do.
Anything you do will just add fuel to the fire. Ignore it. Just get on with your job.
You shouldn't be here, Jennifer. I advise you to leave now.
No, ma'am. With respect. Obviously, someone's gloating over your situation. Have you shown the OPS?
Waste of time.
So they have seen it?
They're not interested.
You need someone to examine it, an expert. Look, maybe there's something that can identify who sent it to you.
Maybe. But I don't want to let this computer out of my sight.
I know someone who can help. Let me talk to them.
Oh, I'm not happy about this, Jennifer. If this person happens to talk to the OPS, you're going to be implicated.
No, that's not going to happen. And once you're exonerated, who cares anyway? Look, I'll just take it for a few hours. You'll get it back.
You do trust him?
Yeah.
How'd you go?
Well, it looks like Kel Shepperton was not only meticulous, but had a real ability to get up people's noses.
Anything in his past?
No, nothing we can find out from the wife.
On the plus side, we do have 2 possible suspects without alibis, Nazir and Lem.
And a third, Deborah Vanderlinde, who conveniently has a colleague to back her up, her boss, Professor Todd Maguire. Let's get that checked out.
Yes, Sarge.
Just a few more questions, Professor Maguire.
Tell me, who did you recommend when you were building your department? Dr. Vanderlinde, Dr. Nazir?
Both of them, actually. Which is why I resented Nazir turning on us like he did.
And Dr. Lem?
He was already there. I didn't recruit him.
No, but Roger Gabriel says you had recommended Lem for promotion.
Yes, to get him out of my hair and behind a desk. Man's a medical dinosaur.
So tell us again about where you were when Mr. Shepperton was killed, sir.
I was with Deborah Vanderlinde, like she said, going through cases.
At the hospital?
Yes.
Where?
In my office.
I see.
So, that's it, is it? Are we done?
No. No, we're not done because we know you're lying to us.
About where you and Dr. Vanderlinde were when Mr. Shepperton was killed.
We've been speaking to security at the hospital. And the guys on the boom gate have you leaving straight after your last surgery at 6:45.
Of course, I went home early that night.
You told us you worked late.
I must have got the nights mixed up. It's hardly a crime.
Well, it is if you're deliberately lying to police.
So where did you go?
Home. As I said.
Just you on your own.
You're aware you gave Dr. Vanderlinde an alibi.
Yes, I am.
But not anymore.
So if you went home early and you weren't working late, where was Dr. Vanderlinde?
He told you.
He said you were lying down in the car when you drove out of the hospital under a blanket so you wouldn't be seen.
It was a pashmina. I was cold.
He gave us the name of a motel, so the two of you use it quite regularly. Do we need to check?
Bastard. This could cost me my job.
Yeah, I guess it could. Did Kel Shepperton find out about your relationship?
No.
Were you both in that motel room all night?
Yes. Now, if we're done, I have some damage control, I think.
We are not done.
Why? We were together. Neither of us could have killed Shepperton.
Ever heard of conspiracy?
That's ludicrous.
Is it really?
We're not the ones you should be looking at. Dominic Lem was about to be promoted to a desk job.
Promotion isn't anything to hide.
The reasons for it might be. And Kel Shepperton might have heard about them. Todd wanted Lem out of the theatre.
You're suggesting Lem is incompetent.
I'm not suggesting, it's a fact. He's made more mistakes by being conservative than I ever have by pushing the envelope. As a surgeon, his skills are better suited to an abattoir.
And you believe he killed Mr. Shepperton?
Lem or Nazir, take your pick. I wouldn't trust my life to either of them.
All you have to do is examine the thing. Can't you just pull everything off and go through it?
Sure, I can clone it onto a portable hard drive, but I don't know. It feels weird. Is this something to do with waveless suspension?
You really don't want to know. You just got to keep this to yourself, okay? It's really important that you do.
This could be dangerous, right?
Potentially.
Cool.
Call me when you're done.
So now you're telling me there are 4 suspects. This head of surgery bloke sneaking around telling porkies. He's firmly in the frame too.
That's what efficient investigation does, Superintendent. As you know, it throws up more possibilities.
Where you been?
Sorry, sir?
Ask where you been.
A woman's problem.
Look, I want this wrapped up fast. It's no fun getting a head higher from the police minister while the health minister's giving you a wedgie.
Political pressure, Superintendent.
You're all on the clock, Stanley. My knacker's in the mangle.
Sarge, you've got to get him off our backs. He's not helping.
Yeah, Superintendent Jarvis has his own unique style. You've got to work out a way of dealing with it.
Before he drives us nuts.
Use it as motivation. And listen, he's quite often right. Now, let's see if we can narrow down the options on these suspects. Let's go over it again.
Abar Nazir could have killed Kel Shepperton to cover up the fact that he wasn't accredited to work here.
The fuss around Vanderlyn could just be a smokescreen.
Or it could be true. And Shepperton may have found a trail of dead patients back to South Africa.
Screw-ups Vanderlyn would rather keep quiet.
Hang on, this was a garrotting. That's usually a male crime.
Well, not necessarily. All you need is strong hands.
Like a surgeon's, which leaves Deborah Vanderlyn on our list.
And Dr. Lem seems like a strong customer all round.
Well, he comes from a war zone. Who knows what he's got in his past.
So, keep digging. Let's bring it back to the present, to the crime scene, the door knocked, the florist, the baker. This time we have photos to show them.
Sarge, that was immigration. They finally came through with the details. There's something interesting on Dominic Lem. He came to this country just over 7 years ago, but not before he had applications knocked back twice.
So what changed?
He got someone to facilitate his sponsorship, someone he met when he was working in Bosnia.
Who?
Elaine Shepperton.
I was a volunteer nurse. I used to do it every few years. Timor, the Solomons.
Did your husband go with you?
No, someone had to look after the kids, and Kel didn't want to go.
He preferred his nice, safe insurance job.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that.
Just a bit boring. Well, unlike Bosnia, a war zone.
Yes.
So tell me, what was it? Was it all that death just made you feel more alive?
I'm not sure what you're getting at.
But when you were in Bosnia, you had an affair with Dominic Lem, didn't you?
What?
We know you sponsored him to come to Australia. Why did you lie about that?
I didn't lie.
By omission, you did. Why didn't you tell us you knew Dominic Lem?
I didn't think it was relevant. I didn't even know Kel was vetting him.
I reckon your husband would have been pretty surprised then when he found your name on Dominic Lem's immigration documents.
Big secret. Was he angry? Upset?
If he was, he didn't say anything. Kel didn't discuss his work with me. So if you're thinking I killed Kel to cover up some affair, you're wrong.
How'd you go?
She didn't crack. We need to bring in Lem, get his side of it. Trouble is, he's in surgery.
Well, he's not likely to skip the country then, is he?
Made an arrest yet?
We have a strong lead, sir.
My pit bull has a strong lead. He doesn't take me anywhere interesting either. Heads, plagues, get on it.
Superintendent, a moment, if you don't mind. Bernice Waverley.
No, not this again.
Why didn't you tell me that she'd been in my office?
Because I said I wouldn't. Nothing happened.
How was it that you found her?
What are you talking about, Stan?
How did you know that she was in the building? Is she being followed?
By the OPS. What are you saying, Stan? Look, I'll say this once. I did the right thing by Bernice. I kept my mouth shut, so don't jump on my case. But if she turns out to be corrupt, I'll be the first to sing like a bird.
Yeah.
Sarge, we got a positive ID on one of the photos from the florist, Dominic Lem.
What are you still doing here? Bring the bastard in?
Two for one. Dr. Lamb! I just came out of theatre and she was here screaming. I don't even know who she is.
I want what? Not money.
Dr. Lem, you come in with us.
You too, Mrs. Shepperton.
$60 grand, a lot of money.
So he paid you to kill your husband?
No,
Because Kel wouldn't turn a blind eye.
no, not that at all.
So we know that you met Mrs. Shepperton in Bosnia. We know that you were there at the same time. You had an affair, didn't you?
Yes.
When his wife died, we became involved.
You never met her husband. A boring man, vindictive, no heart.
Dominic was a special kind of doctor. We stayed in touch. Kel never knew.
And years later, when Dominic Lem asked you to sponsor his immigration?
She agreed.
Did she know you'd falsified your papers?
Yes, but she also knew I was a good doctor too. Everything was going along fine till this vetting nonsense came up.
I only found out Dominic was being investigated when he got in touch with me.
And what did he want?
He wanted me to intercede.
With your husband?
Yes, ask him to fudge the report.
And did you?
I spoke to him, yes, but Kel was adamant he'd do exactly what he was paid to do. No favours.
So what did you do?
She said if anything, I made things worse.
How?
She said that the jerk of my husband would probably dig deeper.
And?
I couldn't have that. He was going to stop me working. He smiled at me and asked me where to buy flowers. And he was going to stop me working. So I told him where to buy them. And I went there and I killed him. God forgive me.
You weren't complicit in any way?
No.
You didn't let Lem into the house, into the office to steal the material?
No.
I'd come here to work, not to be with her.
So what was the money about?
I thought I had to buy her silence.
So stupid. I thought Dominic was so different from Kel. I was wrong.
What do you mean?
They could both hold people's lives in their hands and understand nothing about them.
Understand this. I am a doctor. My work is everything to me. I saved lives and he was going to stop me doing that.
So you killed him. Charge him with murder, her with being an accessory after the fact. Good work, Stan.
Maybe you should tell my crew that. You've been riding them a bit hard on this one.
And me?
Do you have a problem with my team, Terry?
No. Bit dry behind the ears, but they'll come up all right. I'll tell you what I do have a problem with, Stan. Doctors. They give me the pip. You ever heard one admit they were wrong?
Able to get a computer back?
Yeah. Found anything yet?
I checked the directory, looked for hidden files, tried to activate them.
How's that work?
Well, I thought laughing. Maybe the audio is more important than the images, so I tried changing them to .wav files.
And?
I found a hidden audio file. I changed the extensions, so now it'll play. That's got the clown face on it with the WAV file activated.
Thank you.
wasn't hard. Whoever put it there wanted it to be found. But it wasn't Waverley, was it?
You don't need to know that.
Someone's playing games, trying to mess with Waverley's head.
What's on the hidden audio file?
Just 2 words. A name. It's a CG voice, not a person.
Did you check out the name?
No, I'm going to leave that to you.
Well, thank you.
Don't suppose there's a reward in this?